So we get set to take a look at Devin Smiley for the first time here on this course, Chris.
Devin Smiley, lots of balance, lots of control. Keep your eye on the subtleties, the little things that he does. Going up pegs, hard way 180 out, popping it nice. Looked like he grabbed the seat a little bit there. 180 on bar spin off, just put out a hammer edit for his longtime shoe sponsor, Etnies.
He's coming off of a silver medal performance at the last X Games contested BMX Street event that was in Chiba, Japan, back in April of this year.
The double tire ride up. Look at this manual, keeping it going. To Smith, to nose, to bar. Just looks so casual, doesn't he, Jimmy?
Just makes it look too easy as he's linking up these combo lines here together, hanging on here for the final 4 seconds. And that is going to be a solid run there for Devin Smiley in his first outing.
It doesn't even look like he's breathing heavy. Like I said, lots of balance, lots of control. In that manual, to the Smith, to the nose, and to the bar. Just heading for this next hit, tail down into the wedge. Always a good showing from Devin Smiley. Sometimes it almost looks like it's hard for him to mess up.
So that'll slide him into the top 3. Now we've completed 1 round of runs. We go back up to the top of the order. After that first round, Felix Prangenberg sitting in that #1 position, followed by Devin Smiley and Garrett Reynolds. That is your 1, 2, 3 for now, but we start it all over again as we bring back in Jordan Godwin. Remember, as we roll through this, it is the best run that counts here in the BMX Street Final.
Yeah, I think with the exception of Felix and Devin, no one really did the run that they really wanted to do. So it's going to be interesting how each rider picks things up as the contest progresses. Jordan Godwin just showing you that link right there.
So if you're just joining us, these runs are 45 seconds in length here. No scores. It's a live ranking here.
Yeah, so awesome to have Jordan out here. Recently watched him in the Honey video. Put out a solid video part, stomping that tail at this time. We saw him mess up on that in his first run. Going feeble to 180. That's a clean run for Mr. Jordan Godwin.
So he was in 7th pre-run there.
And he's a guy that's not used to big competitions like this. Showing that crank arm grind, keeping the manual up, just locks into this crooked grind right here. He kind of pulls it up into an ice pick right now. Check him out. And he pulls hard way, 180 out. Clean as you like. I never know if he's pulling up in an ice pick, if he counts that as an ice pick, or if that's just how he does to get spring loaded for that 180. And then there he is stomping that huge tail up over the wedge. Like I said before, awesome to see Jordan Godwin out here at the X Games. I've seen him so many times on my phone as I'm watching on social media or on YouTube, but awesome to see him here in this jam session. Chad Curley right now had a rough go to start off that first run, finds himself down at the bottom of the pack. He's on for the next 45 seconds here. Wow, check out this link right here.
This
is huge. That was one heck of a link right there, Jimmy. I mean, we got to go back and take a look at that one. That was a lot. He covered a lot of ground on one wheel. Check him out. Crooked to manual, double to over. Going 180. Chad Curley's on a tear, making his presence known right now. Turn that manual to 180, popping it nice and clean. Oh, he answers Kevin Peraza's nose press 360.
Can he hang on for this final 8 seconds here?
Taking a chance with that nose wheelie right there. That back wheel goes down and it can really throw you off.
So a huge improvement here in round #2 for Chad Curley.
That was a great run from Chad Curley. It was unfortunate that that nose wheelie went down. But check him out, he covered so much ground. Nice manual. Going tooth over, that's his opposite toothpick. And this was a huge manual to 180, just popping it down the stairs. And there's that nose press to 360. I apologize, I said that Peraza was gonna be the only guy doing that, but it looks like Chad Curley's got it too. That was a solid run. It's going to be interesting to see how they penalize him for that back wheel going down on that nose wheelie.
Well, again, he was down at the very bottom of the pack. He was in 10th pre-run right there. That's good enough to be knocking on the door of podium contention, though. It's set to look at Garrett Reynolds for attempt #2. And again, talking about that record he's chasing out here. He owns 14 X Games gold medals in a tie there with Bob Burnquist, Jamie Beswick, Dave Mira, trying or if he gets one more, I should say, he will tie Shaun White for all times X Games gold medals.
Bar spin to manual, double tire up onto the rail, opposite tail whip out. Love the way he makes his opposite tail whips look. I think I like his opposite tail whips better than I like his regular. Bar spin into that crank arm grind. This is where he had a little bit of trouble before. Jimmy's pedaling towards this. There he goes. He stops it this time, Jimmy, getting that downside tail up 180 out of the handrail. Now he's on a tear. There's that feeble to 360. 540 up and over the wedge.
Did you hear that reaction from the rest of the field?
Will that be enough to overtake Felix Prangenberg today? That was a solid run. So many elements in that run. Check him out. Pegs up, hard way, 180, opposite tail whip, stomps it this time. We saw him have problems with that in his first run. Pulling the hard way, 360 out of that feeble, and then 540 up and over this wedge. The ability to recover out of that 360, that hard way 360, and then get that 540, unbelievable from Garrett Reynolds.
Okay, he was in that number 3 spot, and it's enough to overtake Felix Prangenberg. So he finds himself in the top spot here in round number 2. Move towards Mr. Brock Rayford. He was a BMX Street bronze medalist at X Games Austin in 2016. Got a silver. 2021 in real BMX.
Oh, he's off and running. Pegs hard way to truck driver out. Tooth over, bonking on the other side of the bike. Brock's got a solid run going right now. Started off strong and keeping it going. Tooth hanger to bar out. Trying to shake things up a little bit here, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's down there in that number 9 spot here, putting it together in this third and final attempt. Down to the final 10 seconds here as of right now for Brock Rayford.
Eyes to go back up this rail to bar spin out. He went up opposite pegs to bar spin out. Check it out, bar spin to fakie. Tail
and there you go with the third and final run.
See, that's how you ride when your back's against the wall and you need a solid run. You put it down the way that Brock Rayford did. Here we go, check him out. Going up, pegs, pulling out hard way, truck driver, 360 with the bar spin, stomping it. It's looked like he was chasing this run all day long. There's that bar into the crank arm grind. He was psyched. You can see it on his face. Bar spin to fakie, pulling it around with the tail whip, stomping it clean.
And that one was right there at the buzzer too. So again, he was in 9th pre-run. No scores, it's just a live ranking here. We'll see what that is going to slide him in. Felix Prangenberg, for his first attempt right here, he has a total of 3 X Games medals. He got a BMX Street silver at X Games Shanghai in 2019. And right here last year.
Jimmy, that was pegs up, hard way, 360 tail whip out of that rail. Wow, that was one heck of a way to start your run. Felix Prangenberg is on one right now.
Look at how much he's gotten done. He still has over 24 seconds left.
And he's a guy you got to watch. He switches his feet a lot. He turns in the other direction. He does things on both sides of the bike. He makes my job very difficult, but that was all with his opposite foot forward. The judges will take note of that. Absolutely incredible riding. That huge 360 to fakie to the wedge. To 180.
Crazy line.
Wow. Jimmy, I think he's definitely going to upset that top 3, maybe number 1 spot. That was such a clean run from Mr. Felix Prangenberg right there. Wow, getting me tongue-tied and twisted. Up rail, hard way, 360 tail whip out. Looking like he's coming out of a launch ramp. 180 look back, turning in his opposite direction over the rail. I don't know how he did all of that without messing up. I love this right here, just reverting back over. 180 turn down back. Opposite 360 to end things out, but he slipped the pedal, but I don't think that's really gonna matter here, Jimmy.
And Felix Prangenberg finds himself in the top spot. Last round, again, the runs are 45 seconds in length. It's the best run that counts here. No scores here, it's just a live ranking. We are in the third and final round of runs.
Yeah, and he loves starting off with that nice long tooth pit grind on that ledge right there. Check him out, going up Smith, 180 out, bonking toothpick over. right here. Going back over toothpick. We've seen him do that a couple times right now. Solid turn down on the wedge right there. Showing you the jumping elements because he is a dirt jumper. He is a trail rider. This guy can do it all. There's that no-footed can-can out of the double tire ride.
Likes to incorporate that trail and park background into his street spots, both with his speed and trick selection. Coming down to the final couple of seconds here for Justin.
Showing you that nose to tooth hanger. Crank arm grind up and over. Peace out. Solid run from Mr. Justin Street. I don't know if that was a celebratory yell or if it was a yell of frustration, but that looked pretty good to me, Jimmy.
Take a look at some highlights here of his third and final attempt. Again, he sits in that number 5 spot for now.
There's that over Smith to 180 out. Hadn't seen him do that yet today. Then that Smith up and over the rail using both sides of the bike. Crank arm grind, clean as you like.